What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and in today's video we're going to talk about Dogecoin switching to POS. There's also a new coin that is pumping right now, and it may or may not be profitable. We're going to take a look. And then lastly, desktop GPU sales hit a 20-year low. So let's get into it. Do me a favor, hit the like before we get started, and hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Let's jump straight into the market. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $16,555, down about 0.5% for the 24 hours and down about 2% for the last 7 days. Ethereum sitting at 1192, down about 2% for the week. XRP is sitting at 34 cents. Dogecoin at 7 cents. It looks like it's about to drop under 7 cents for the first time in quite a while. Cardano sitting at 24 cents, Polygon sitting at 77 cents, Litecoin at $66.35, Solana at $9.71, TON sitting under $2 now, down 21% for the week. And if we just kind of scroll through here, we can see a couple that are doing okay for the week, like we've got Quant up about 7%, OKB up about 4%, Internet Computer up about 10%, and Terra Classic is up 16.5%. Let's go ahead and take a look at Kaspa, Radiant, Ergo, and Flux. So Kaspa is currently down up. Oh, sorry, we selected the wrong thing. Kaspa is currently up about 3.5% right at the moment, sitting at about 0.0048. And while we're talking about Kaspa, I just want to show you this chart real quick. So this is using Xbitron, and as you can see, here's our previous line of resistance, and we are currently sitting right on that. And if you know anything about TA, the more you knock on this door, eventually someone is going to open. Meaning we could go lower and break this previous line of resistance, and then it becomes a line of resistance again instead of support. So hopefully we get a bounce from here. I think that perhaps if we can continue to hold this level until after the first of the year, we might see a little bit of a pump in the rest of the market, and maybe we'll sustain above this mark here, but you know, time will tell. Let's go ahead and take a look at Flux as well as Radiant. So right now Flux is down about 2.5%, and Radiant is down another 10%, sitting at 0.0008, which is pretty low. Be interesting to see how Radiant fares in the future. Anyways, moving along. So earlier today, Rabbit had a video about Dogecoin switching to proof of stake. And while it is in the roadmap, I just want to kind of touch on this subject and maybe play devil's advocate a little bit here. So first of all, this is the Dogecoin Foundation's website, right? But just being a foundation doesn't mean you get to control everything that happens. At a proof of work system, there must be a vote, and the voting is going to be done by the pools, essentially. So we really need to pay attention to what the pools think about switching to proof of stake before we jump the gun and say that Dogecoin is going to switch to proof of stake. Now, why they're affiliating themselves with Vitalik, you know, as far as him being on the board, I don't see anything in here about him being a partner or on the board. All I see in here is it says we're working with Vitalik. That doesn't necessarily mean that he has any kind of voting rights. I mean, the only voting that should be done is going to be on chain. And, you know, as far as what type of control the foundation has over the project, you know, that remains to be seen. But also, just getting back to the roadmap here, another thing that I wanted to point out is so it clearly shows that we have, let's see here, a Dogecoin Giga Wallet and Dogecoin Standard. So you'll see this Dogecoin Standard and Project Giga Wallet. And this is going to happen before a proposal, not implementation, but a proposal for community staking or proof of stake. And again, I'm just not seeing anything in here that is definitive that Dogecoin is switching to proof of stake. And, I don't know why Rabbit decided to shout this from the rooftops like it's happening soon. But A, I don't think it's happening soon. And B, it may not happen at all. This has to go through a vote. And I'm not so certain that the mining community would vote themselves out of existence. It just doesn't make sense to me. But, maybe I'm unaware of some things that are happening in the background. Also, one other thing that I noticed on Mining Pool Stats that I wanted to share with you guys is this right here. So Sato, I'm not familiar with, but it is KawPow, which means it should be GPU mineable, and according to their website it is. But look at this ridiculous pump. I think this probably is an API error. If you look at the price prior to what happened, let's say within the last 24 to 48 hours, the price was sitting at 0.000168, and it's currently showing to be at 90 cents. And as you can see, hash rate has increased 220% over the course of the last 7 days. But I don't believe this is listed on any exchange, but it piqued my interest. I can't lie. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we can find on Sato. So it says, it's a cryptocurrency that's 100% community governed after the creator abandoned it. We are GPU-friendly community. This is a fork from Sato Network. And I did go ahead and join the Discord. I've asked a few questions in here, waiting to get some answers. But there is some helpful information in here. So they do have a roadmap. It shows it was listed on Mining Pool Stats on February 12th of 2021. Change of total supply. The founder changed total supply to 8 billion. New Sato community Discord server was created on April 25th of 2022. They created a new web page on June 17th. The Sato fork was created on June 25th. And then the new Explorer was created on July 14th. Rebranding happened on September 4th. Tipbot created on October 3rd. Sato Game was created on October 31st. And then a mobile wallet was launched on November 15th. And that catches us up to date on what's happened so far. In the future, we have a white paper 2.0 coming out, play to earn on Minecraft, an exchange listing, marketing campaigns, and then proof of game. Let's go back to just learning a little bit about what it is. So Sato Primary is about safety and privacy of your funds. That's why transactions are anonymous. We believe that only proof of work GPU-based blockchains are truly decentralized and free of censorship. Everyone should have the opportunity to continue home mining in post-2022, so Sato will always be a proof of work oriented chain. The Sato project has a primary mission to implant proof of game, but only in split consensus with proof of work. True Crypto was founded with concept of proof of work mining and shall remain so in the future. For now, implementing the feature play to earn on game servers like Minecraft is in progress, but absolute proof of work, proof of game consensus is the ultimate goal. Sato uses KawPow algorithm. It's mainly known to people mining Ravencoin, but it is also supports other cryptocurrencies like Sato. I think we know all about KawPow. Anyways, here's some more interesting info. So we've got the ticker symbol, proof of work, 8 billion, after block 320,000. Previous total supply was 30 billion Sato. There was a pre-mine of 1.5 million, or 0.002%. Block time is 60 seconds. Retarget algorithm DGW, Instamine protection 1,000 blocks, and P2P port 3333, RPC port 3334, having every 4 years. So looks like you can mine it with T-Rex, Team Red Miner, and it is on Hive. So I did check, and sure enough, the coin is already listed. I haven't created a wallet yet. So your wallet choices would be the Sato Core wallet, then you have Beehive Web wallet, and then you also have Beehive Mobile wallet. Now I took a look at the mobile wallet on Android, and according to some of the reviews, it basically said that it was really slow and that it was just redirecting you to the web page. Now I personally don't want to install this on any device that I use with sensitive information, so I haven't created a wallet yet, but I'll probably get to that sometime in the near future. I'm just interested to see if I can garner some more information out of their Discord before doing so. But I'm just curious if you guys are familiar with this project, if you know what happened to the original devs. Was it a rug pull? Why isn't it on any exchanges? What is it, an API issue that's showing this 533,000% increase in the last 48 hours or so? Anyways, if you got any information on it, please share down below in the comments. And then next, I wanted to take a look at Nexa one more time. Usually we cover profitability at the beginning of the show here, and we can't include it when we're looking at what to mine, unfortunately. But speaking of, let's go ahead and take a look at a 3070 real quick. So right now, Radiant is coming in at negative 8 cents, and Ergo negative 11 cents. Caspa coming in at negative 12 cents. Flux negative 17 cents. ETHW negative 18 cents. And that's pretty much the only thing that I'm worried about at the moment. KawPow coming in at negative 24 cents. Ravencoin negative 25 cents. But anyways, going back to Nexa, so in their Discord they have this bot, and you can type in your hash rate, your power, and how much you pay per kilowatt hour. Right now my farm would be profitable at $4.11 per day according to the bot. But what about a single 3070? So if we scroll down here, I put in a single 3070. According to the overclock spreadsheet that they have here, a 3070 is going to get you about 33 mega hash or 30 mega hash at 115 watts. So profitability based on that number, 30 mega hash, 115 watts at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, would net you 5 cents per day in profit and 33 cents a day in revenue, which is considerably better than what we're seeing out of Caspa and Radiant at the moment. So perhaps I might be switching my rigs back over to that. I don't know. I'm really bothered by the fact that there is only one pool, one miner, and one exchange. To me, that's highly centralized and a huge red flag for me. So I'm a bit hesitant, but I don't know. Maybe the best strategy right now is to mine that and then, either cash it out immediately or trade it for BTC or trade it for Caspa or whatever project you believe in the most. I don't know. I haven't decided. But anyways, moving on to the very last subject, which is desktop GPU sales hit a 20-year low, according to an article from Tom's Hardware. So demand for graphics cards significantly decreased. Excuse me. Demand for graphics cards significantly increased during the pandemic as some people spent more time at home playing games, whereas others tried to mine Ethereum to get some cash. But it looks like now that the world has reopened and Ethereum mining on GPUs is dead, demand for desktop discrete GPUs has dropped dramatically. In fact, shipments of discrete graphics cards hit a 20-year low in Q3 of 2022, according to data from John Petty Research. The industry shipped around 6.9 million standalone graphics boards for desktop PCs, including the best graphics cards for gaming, and a similar number of discrete GPUs for notebooks in the third quarter. In total, AMD, Intel, and NVIDIA shipped around 14 million standalone graphics card processors for desktops and laptops, down 42% year over year based on data from JPR. Meanwhile, shipments of integrated GPUs totaled around 61.5 million units in quarter 3 of 2022. In fact, 6.9 million desktop discrete add-in boards, or AIBs, is the lowest number of graphics cards shipped since at least Q3 of 2005, and keeping in mind sales of standalone AIBs were strong in the early 2000s as integrated GPUs were not good enough back then. It is safe to say that in Q3 2022, shipments of desktop graphics boards hit at least a 20-year low. Despite slowing demand for discrete graphics cards for desktops, unit sales were down 31.9% year over year. NVIDIA not only managed to maintain its lead, but it actually strengthened its position with an 86% market share, its highest ever, according to JPR. By contrast, AMD's share dropped around 10%, its lowest market share in a couple of decades. As for Intel, it managed to capture 4% of the desktop discrete GPU market in just under 1 quarter, which is not bad at all. Of course, the majority of AIB parts that Intel sold in Q3 of 2023, I think they meant to say 2022, were entry-level based models, but those were demanded by Intel's customers due to brand awareness and similar factors. There is a catch about sales of desktop AIBs compared to the early 2000s, though. Shipment of discrete laptop GPUs in the early 2000s were not as strong as they are today simply because there were not so many notebooks sold back then. Therefore, it is possible that in normal quarters, sales of standalone GPUs for desktops and notebooks are more or less in line with what we saw some 15 to 17 years ago. Furthermore, since GPUs got significantly more expensive, AMD and NVIDIA thrived in recent years. We already reported back in November that sales of integrated and standalone GPUs nosedived in Q3 as enthusiasts were waiting for the GeForce RTX 4000 series and the 7000 series RDNA, discrete graphics boards from NVIDIA and AMD, whereas PC makers were trying to deplete stock of their CPUs with built-in graphics. Yet, while the whole market plunged by about 25% year over year, the market of discrete GPUs collapsed by 42% year over year. John Petty Research recalls that declines of GPU sales in the third quarter experienced the most significant drop since the 2009 recession. Yet for those of us who have been following the discrete desktop GPU market long enough, the situation seems even more dire. So it is, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say shocking, but I am surprised to see a 20-year low and a 42% decrease year over year in discrete GPU sales. I mean, obviously, a lot of this has to do with the economy. It has to do with the Ethereum merge. But I lay the blame a lot having to do with the actual price of GPUs. I mean, it's just ludicrous how much they're charging for these things. It's almost like ASICs at this point. But I digress. Anyways, I think tomorrow we're going to get into a topic which should be on your radar, considering that January 3rd is right around the corner, and that will be the launch date for the 4070 Ti. And I want to do a head-to-head comparison between the 4070 Ti and a 3090 Ti. Looks like in benchmarks that the 4070 Ti is edging out the 3090 Ti slightly, but I want to take a look at my charts that I created to predict hash rates on the 4000 series and see where it's going to come in. You know, would you rather have a 4070 Ti at $900 or a 3090 Ti at well over $1,000 that you can't even get right now? I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards a 4070 Ti at this point, but we'll take a look at those numbers tomorrow. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys on this video. Hope to catch you on the next one. I'm out.